Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a bit of a hobby vlog to show what I've been doing this week, and I've been gearing up to get ready for 40k 8th edition because I've really wanted to paint an army I've owned for a long time but never got around to doing properly. So this time I'm going to talk about my Tyranids. In front of you what I've been painting for the past 2 weeks, and I'm really happy with how they've turned out. Now I'm unsure of what hive fleet to call my Tyranids. Got to decide what mythical creature I want to name them after, but I really want to get 1,000 points done, and at the moment I've managed to get about 540 done, or 550. With the colour scheme I've used bleached bone, ink washed it with Surf and Sapia, and then dry brushed it up, mixing it slowly with pallid witch flesh. The skin parts are just Reichland flesh shade over the top of Kislev flesh, and then highlighted up again with pallid witch flesh mixed in. The claws and the talons and whatnot are just black with a highlight and then some varnish over. And the carapace is Incubi Darkness. I've actually ink washed the recesses with Carenberg Crimson, just giving it a bit of a reddy purple feel, and then highlighted it back up, mixing it with pallid witch flesh again. And the patterns on the back were done using I believe it's Avalon Sunset, and then highlighting them towards the middle with Screaming Skull. I've had a really fun time painting these. The basing was really fun as well because I wanted to try out something new. Some of the warriors, I've taken some of the spare basing I've had from, well, not basing, but parts from different kits like Cities of Death, some Imperial Guard vehicles, some people have given me bits for, and then submerged it in some of the new basin paints. And I haven't really used the gravel ones much. I've used the crackle paint ones quite a lot, but they work really well when you sort of like bury different parts in, give them a good old dry brush and sort of bring out the depth of them. I also, with my hive tyrant, decided to convert him a little bit. So with this guy I took some of the normal weapons, took the warrior scythe and talons, just to give him some hidden ones. The tail was changed so that it uses a trigon tongue, and the arms are from the Tyranids kit that are the flesh borer hives. Now with these, the idea with it is so that I can use, because these are talons and these are talonish, I wanted to do it so that I could use them as any mixture between Devourers and Scythe and Talons, so I can count them as two sets of either, or one set of one and one set of the other, because I'm indecisive like that as to what my hive tyrant should be armed with. So naturally, like most Tyranid players, when you get excited about something new or something old that you've had in storage for ages, I started doing some new stuff. So I've kit bashed a Tyranid Prime to lead my warriors, because I've got another unit of 5 I've got to get done, and this guy will lead both units. I've given him some bone swords and a death spitter just to make him a bit more nasty. Done the same sort of basing thing as I did on the warriors, so when I get the basing paint out I'm going to submerge some of it, make it look a bit more city wrecked, city fighters. But he's not the only character I've been converting this week. I've converted quite a few. The other one, which is not quite finished yet, is the Parasite Immortrex. So any of you that are familiar with the old Tyranid rulebook, I believe it's 5th edition, they had a couple of characters that got removed because they didn't have models, and I don't know, Workshop just didn't want to pursue them. And one of them was called Parasite Immortrex, which was like a flying Tyranid warrior thing that injected people with Ripper Swarms and was like a Ripper Swarm equivalent of a Tyranid Prime. Now with this guy, what I've done is used mainly the Tyranid warrior kit, put a load of different Scythe and Talons on. The top 2 are the warrior ones that you get in the kit, the other ones are from Hormagaunts. The horn that I've put on the top of the head is from a Carnifex, and the 2 pincers either side of the mouth are Hormagaunts again. They're the second set of arms they have. The wings are from the Ghoul Crypt Horrors, and they work quite well. I'll have to blend them into the back with a bit of green stuff, but that should work quite well for this model. As for the tail, I've had to completely scratch build the tail from different parts, just so I can sort of curl it round the base when I figure out what I'm doing with the base in. I'm going to have to use some green stuff to tidy up the joins, and then I've put like a little talon thing on the end just so it can inject rippers into people. Before I finish this model, I think I'm going to give him a second set of smaller wings also from the same kit, and just put them at the base of the spine around sort of the bottom set of legs. As for this gap that I've got on the back between the two sections of the body, I'm going to use some green stuff to make sort of like a storage gland for where all the rippers are, like the egg sac or something. But I hope to have this guy done relatively soon, probably by next month, and then I can start painting these characters. So the last character I was working on, I've only worked with this one recently, but I decided I've got so many Tyranids now, I'm like, what, 3,000 points ish now. I know that's not a lot to some people, but I'm finding it quite a few Tyranids. So I decided it's about time that I actually got the main Tyranid, or in my opinion the main Tyranid. So I bought the Swarm Lord the other day, and I decided I've already got Hive Tyrant that's quite static, he's stood still practically shooting at the opponent, so I wanted someone a bit more combat orientated, and who better than the big bad Tyranid himself. I wanted him not to look as stood still as that one, so what I did was I took the flying Hive Tyrant tail and used the original legs for the flying Hive Tyrant, but took the Scythe Talon bit off the bottom so they just look like the normal hoofs. And I've put Cities of Death terrain around the back so that it looks like he's pushing himself off of it for a jump. As far as the arms were concerned, I spent quite a while deciding how to position them. I decided in the end to have two that were sort of coming forwards like they were going to slash outwards, and two at the back that were getting ready to do a second attack afterwards. If anyone tries to do something similar to this with any of their Tyranids, my recommendation would be to use blue tack first like I did, because it just lets you get the pose that you want prior, so that the worst thing you can do is glue them still and go, oh that looks terrible, I don't like that, don't want to do it like that anyway. So what you do is blue tack it in place, make sure it's the right pose that you like, and then glue one arm at a time in the way that you've positioned them, because again, like, you don't want to take them all out and go, oh, how did I stick these together originally? But yeah, I'm looking forward to painting this guy. He's a really epic looking character, and I'll be painting him and the other characters the same colour scheme as the Tyranids that are in front. I've got quite a few Tyranids in storage at the moment. I'm in the process of getting the Forge World book because I have one of the Biotitans and a Maliceptor, so I'm really interested to see how those play in the tabletop and how they support the Games Workshop Tyranids. I think what I'm going to paint next is some more of the larger units, because I've just finished painting these 20 Hormagaunts and they took a long time, and I think I want to paint something large, just to, something massive, not with much intricate detail. So I think I'll move on to like the Tervigon or my Trigon next, maybe even my Biotitan if I'm feeling a bit insane. But as far as conversions and buildings concerned in the next couple of weeks, I'm hoping to probably build a little bit more terrain, probably get some terrain painted for battle reports further down the line for the channel. I've been working on some more Tyranid conversions. I'm probably going to convert the Doom and Malantai, who's another character that the Tyranids have access to. As far as other armies are concerned, I've got a monolith to build for my Necrons, and I really want to get back into my town now that 8th edition has come out, so you might see some of them on the channel soon. So I've been Ben, thanks for watching the video, and if you've liked what you've seen, let me know in the comments below. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them. I'll try and answer them if I can, and I'll see you all in the next video.